Hello and welcome to KitHub STEAM Professional Development for Educators. We're excited to share our expertise and insights with you. And today we are going to go over some fantastic STEAM projects for K through 8. And we're going to discuss the projects we really enjoy and some different resources that you can check out. My name is Tara Brown, and I'm the co-founder of KitHub and also the founder of Los Angeles Makerspace.
I'm Luz Rivas. I'm co-founder of KitHub and also founder of DIY Girls.
And I'm Rebecca Wilkins, the education specialist at KitHub and a former elementary teacher.
All right, so the goals for this video and slide deck are first to develop a better understanding of what hands-on STEAM is, and again, STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We're going to introduce some resources and projects for each subject area, and then we're going to go over the skills that the STEAM students will develop. Okay, let's dig into science. Rebecca, let's go over what life science, physical science, and earth science are.
Yeah, so depending on your state standards, it most likely is separated into different science categories. So we just broke this down to give some project ideas for different types of sciences you might teach. We made a note at the bottom about citizen science because we weren't really sure what category it fit into, but it's something that's really important. I think especially a lot of younger kids get really interested in it because they want to know how to help the earth and how to help animals, and it's something that's really important to them. So we made sure to include some resources for that too.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, that really applies to the real world, right? When you get out there and you get to actually use science in the real world, I think that kids all of a sudden understand better, you know, what that stuff they're learning out of textbooks actually will do in real life.
Yeah, and I think science is one of the STEAM subjects that's kind of easier to think of hands-on projects for. We dissect things in life science. We, make things with simple machines in physical science. I think that sometimes teachers rely on textbooks just because they're there when they could be doing hands-on projects, but for the most part, there are lots of ideas for science STEAM projects out there.
Yeah, and I think it's important, to let kids know that science doesn't just happen in a lab, right? It could happen in your backyard, in your home, and that's what's great about citizen science and some of these other projects is that it's not just a lab experiment, which is what, when you're younger, you normally think of science, right? Of wearing a lab coat and goggles.
Yeah, okay, but goggles are cute to wear.
Yeah, they are. It's fun. You can still wear them with these other projects. But science happens in a lot of different places.
And I wanted to point out especially, too, on this, something that I didn't always think about is integrating science with technology, especially these resources for earth science that I put here. I think that, especially when we're talking about earth science, there are so many online resources that maybe sometimes people don't think about, like using Google Earth, being able to zoom in on a canyon and show kids what it looks like. That's a really cool resource that we have available.
Oh, I wanted to touch on that for a second. Recently I visited YouTube, and they were showing us the Google Cardboard and their Google 360, and how kids, all over the world, that have been given Google Cardboard, especially in remote areas where maybe they don't get to explore outside their neighborhood or town, they were all of a sudden able to explore what it might be to be underwater or in a different city, and it just bringing a whole new perspective because they could all of a sudden, see what an entire room looks like, or, spin around and feel like they're really immersed in that environment that they're in. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of the 360 videos that are coming out.
Yeah, and then sometimes just simple YouTube videos, just Sometimes that's the simplest way to explain a concept, is turning on a video that's 5 or 10 minutes long to tell kids how something works before you dive into the hands-on project.
With the owl pellets, I know some different homeschool parents that have been doing that with their kids, and it wasn't something that I did. I remember I had to dissect I think it was a cow's eyeball. I don't know if I'm still doing that. It was kind of gross. The owl pellets sound interesting though, and that's when the kids are discovering like bones and different things that the owl have eaten, right?
And there's so many great literature connections with dissecting owl pellets too. That's why I love that project.
All right. Well, I'm also very interested in the playing periodic table battleship. That's not something that I'm familiar with, but I'm definitely familiar with battleships. I think when you can pair something that, like a game to, learning, I think that that's really clever.
Yeah, it's just